Hello and welcome everyone, duckyobrien here, and today I'll be going over The Outer Worlds Murder on Eridanos. This is I believe the last DLC of the game, and The Outer Worlds was developed by Obsidian Entertainment, published by Private Division, and it was released onto the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC, although I believe the DLC is not out on the Nintendo Switch. Murder on Eridanos was released on March 17, 2021, and the current MSRP is $14.99 for the DLC. Should be cheaper if you purchase the season pass. Alright, let's get on with it. Full disclosure, I'm using a modded save file with everything maxed out to play the DLC for the purpose of covering this new story, alright? Also, thank you to Private Division for approving my key requests. Alright, let's get on with it. This is a murder mystery. It's pretty neat.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
So, the recommended level is 30, which is max, you know, and you have to be on your ship. You gotta talk to Ada.
Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
Murder on Eridanos.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. It was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
Get off the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr. How about not? I apologize if I've struck too familiar a tone for your taste.
Alright, Lou.
Let me get right to the point. Halcyon Helen is dead. Murdered. Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer. You can't be serious. Halcyon Helen, greatest cultural icon of our colony, empress of the aetherwaves.
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. Captain Hawthorne, I've been looking forward to meeting Adjutant Akonde's favorite gun. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel, least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows. You're a compassionate person, Captain. And you're right. Halcyon Helen was a talented woman. She had a gift for transforming her art into wealth. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of an outsider?
Ludovico, you wound me. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give him the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract. Because I promise you, I'll win.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, they're both idiots.
First sensible thing I've heard all day. My apologies, Mr. Ludovico. That was unprofessional of me. Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You are Adjutant Akonde's most reliable freelancer. If the second most powerful person in Halcyon can depend on you, then I'd like to think we can depend on you. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
I don't know about that.
I hate to admit it, but I'm a little out of my depth here. I'm used to dealing with rowdy VIPs from Byzantium, not murder. Please, Captain, I'm asking you to help us. While you're pursuing your investigation, we'll make you a guest of honor at the Grand Colonial.
The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I must have a word.
Fine. But Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, I know Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation, and if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover. I represent the law, Captain, but what's happening between Mr. Kincannon and the Administrator is politics. Politics are not my area of expertise. The law is simple. Politics are complicated. I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer. And at the risk of sounding impertinent, we desperately need the help of someone competent. Thank you for your time, Captain. Whenever you're ready, I've authorized the Unreliable to land at the Grand Colonial.
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. There are several reasons why someone would hire your services. In descending order of likelihood, they are as follows: desperation, confusion, mistaken identity, inebriation, and genuine faith in your
Come on, Ada, come on.
Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos Atmospheric Complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are potentially capable of surviving.
All right, so you get the little movie. You can talk to Ada. That's your intro, and then you can finally go into Eridanos.
We've touched down on the atmospheric complex in Eridanos. If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
Oh, thanks.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Sending a corrupted tracking.
Okay, goodbye. All right, I'll take Parvati and I think Felix.
Signal.
Rizzo, Spectrum Brown. If it's brown, drink it down. So it's gonna throw in here that the DLC will take approximately anywhere from 8 to 10 plus hours depending on your playstyle.
Hey, boss, I want to talk to you. You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the
Sure,
business
Felix.
call wordplay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling tales of the unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. Was also considering astounding adventures in the ether. I'm partial to that last one. Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Alright, Felix.
I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end. Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end. Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater. Yeah. We've come a long way.
Okay. So yeah, here is the world of Eridanos. Landmass is propelled through the sky. Looks pretty dope.
You know, we don't have to catch Helen's killer right this second. Maybe we ought to take in the sights.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. So they raised the level cap in the DLC, and there's it's a pretty cool like whodunit murder mystery. It's non-linear, so there are like branching paths or like parts of the mystery they can solve out of order. We're gonna be greeted by the bellhop. It's a funny like camera angle. It's just like, whoop.
Hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime. I can try. I was the one who found Helen's body in the Grand Ballroom. Corpse wasn't in the best shape. Aside from that, I don't know a whole lot. Helen was supposed to host the unveiling for Rizzo's newest product, Spectrum Brown. Until you catch the killer, the unveiling's been indefinitely postponed. Helen's death has been a shock for many. A lot of people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
Hey, Black Hole Birdie may be a savage brute on the field of honor, but he's no killer.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose. Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help. Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. Let's see here. Oh, I already spoke briefly about the Spectrum unveiling, or lack thereof. It's still an awful shame. A lot of folks looking forward to that. Oh, come on! The launch would have been so swell! Rizzo's rented out the ballroom at the Grand Colonial and invited all those guests for just this purpose. Rizzo's ain't unveiled the product since the debut of Spectrum Ultraviolet. Invisible to the naked eye, and as it happened, prone to causing massive internal bleeding. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags. You're certain? All right then. Guess we can probably set you up with some spare uniforms if you must yours.
Shoot, I picked the wrong option, but if you say what bags, and then he's like, surely you don't wear the same thing, and I'm like, there's an option where you can make fun of his hat. Look how stupid it is. Oh well. So you can, you know, I normally play by looking at every nook and cranny. I talk to every single person. I loot everything. If the mission marker is telling me to go this way, I'm gonna go the opposite and search for everything.
But unfortunately, we can't make any exceptions.
Can't make any exceptions. In Byzantium, those words would be a criminal offense.
Shame we're not in Byzantium.
You know, I never imagined
Anyways, so normally when I play, I literally loot everything for any game I play. But for the purposes of this video and just to show as much content as possible in the game, I'm not gonna do that. And it's gonna hurt me, but I'll do it for the video. Let's see it real quick. Okay. Once again, I'm using a modded save file. I haven't been the base game. I just started, and I didn't have time to get to the point where
No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
goodbye. Where I can just cover the DLC. So
This is the hotel? I've only ever seen a place like this in periodicals. Or that one episode of Agent Con.
A hard cider for a hard life.
it's Rizzo's. Okay.
I can't believe someone so famous as Halcyon Helen could meet a fate like this.
It really is a terrible shame. I absolutely adored her cereals.
I almost can't imagine someone wretched enough to do such a thing. You don't think a dissident could be here, do you?
Get a hold of yourself. The administrator would never allow someone as dangerous as a dissident here. Eridanos is safe. This is all just a terrible coincidence.
Of course, you are absolutely right. I think the idea of a psychopath growing among us.
I was gonna swing my hammer, but yeah, I really like the writing in this game. It's my style of humor. It's very satirical, it's self-aware, it's very dry, it's very witty, it's very punny, it's tongue-in-cheek. It doesn't hit you in the face and be like, look at me, I'm funny. You know, a lot of games do that, and I find it a little bit overdone, but
You know, for a monument to the wealth of the elite.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
I'm always tempted to hit the civilians. I'm sorry, but it's a reflex.
Black hole Bertie's disappeared, you know. That poor fellow must be
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you. Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you. What body? Oh, that. Goodness, no. This is far more interesting than Halcyon Helen's rapidly cooling corpse.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential. You're rather sharp in your upper story. I can see why you're the inspector. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification. Yes, it's a magnifying glass, but an extraordinarily powerful one. It looks through the glass of reality itself.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
Yay, we got a new item. So it's this thingamabob, and basically how you use it is you just put it in and then you scan by holding right click. I'm thinking on PC. You can analyze things.
The amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification. The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition, scientific analysis, and deterministic calculus protocols.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
See, it's just so silly. I love it.
An automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and satisfaction in assisting you.
See, like, Cyberpunk has something like this too, with a weapon called Skippy. And I believe this is, in my opinion, a little bit more fleshed out, so... but it reminded me a lot about Skippy. Boy, I hated that gun. I loved and hated that gun. Alright.
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee. This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
I was wondering about that. Before we arrived, I heard something on the aetherwaves about Black Hole Birdie taken up at the Grand Colonial.
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel. This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved complement. Splendid work, Inspector.
So all the clues will show up like this, and as you're walking around, it'll tell you that there's a clue, so it's gonna be hard to miss these.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the Grand Ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
Don't do that. We got food back on the ship.
Terse, earthy with faint woody and fruity undertones.
Footprint is a tailor-made
It's doo-doo.
8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint. Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected. Purpleberry residue, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards located not far from the Grand Colonial.
Can we give him a name? I'm gonna call him Arthur. He seems like an Arthur. All buttoned up, but polite and kind of sweet.
Sure.
This unit has been programmed to simulate gratitude. Thank you, Inspector.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip this, but if you talk to the doctor, there are a lot of conversation options to find out how she died, and she had like everything poisoned, plasma, whatever. Like she got everything done to her. So yeah, there's a lot of dialogue. Obviously, all of it's voice acted. There's a lot of chatter too. If you want to listen to all of it.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
Everybody staring. Didn't nobody teach them to respect the dead? Oh gosh, is that Miss Helen? Can we see?
That was supposed to play before, but yeah, it's very immersive.
I'm sorry, sir, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are suspect. Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon. Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer. It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer. Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
Oh, forgot to mention, when you talk to Bellhop Norville in the beginning, you also get some extra conversation bits about, or maybe it's the concierge, I forgot where, about like an underground level for staff only, so that's gonna play out later in the DLC, I believe. Oh yeah, right here.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath a Rizzo's plant, either. Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own. Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Wait, what about the VIP lounge?
Most certain. You can
You can convince the concierge to give you access to the VIP levels.
If you're sure.
Oh.
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... Alright, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know? Ah, Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split. You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see, so she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed. Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry? That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism. If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
I guess I...
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you? A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
I guess I need to go talk to the doctor or the constable to get those options to show up. But you know what? I'll skip it for now.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to? Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor. Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
This is basically your new base of operations. You got your crew, everything that you would find in your ship here. Good place to save.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
He doesn't even look like he's sad. Yeah, let's skip the small talk.
Agreed. Tell me about your investigation. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both. I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
So like, every person you talk to, there's like a hint, and possibly a quest. There's a lot of things happening. I kind of like how this is laid out. It's pretty interesting.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking? Good. I'm glad. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Okay. Take Naoka's time. Alright, I'm gonna do the pool mission first. So if you're exploring, again, I'm like going away from the main mission. The journal. Yeah, we're doing this. Alright. So you're supposed to go to the orchard, right? If you got into Birdie's room, you see a secret message telling you to meet at the weather station. So that's another side objective. There's a lot of things happening, right? So let me go to the pool first, if I can find it. It's pretty close to here, yeah. There's also some animals here. Okay.
Dissidents don't belong in Byzantium.
Free meat. Yay. Oh, he's dead, so he doesn't need his stuff anymore. Let's take it. Alright, where are the pools? It should be close to here. Wait, is there another animal attack there? I don't remember. No, sir. Oh, you can't climb up and get a gun, though. Is this the area? This is not the area. Is it over there? Sorry, I don't have everything memorized right now, so you can bear with me a little bit. You can look down too if you want. Let's...
Anyone up for a game of sudden death knockout? Yeah, me neither.
It just looks lovely. Alright.
Oh, it smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool.
Yup.
Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you? Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it. Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping. Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged. Alright. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you can talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do?
What is she doing at the orchards?
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Oh man, it's actually really funny if you walk into the pool first thing and then go talk to him. But I just wanted to show this one.
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
So the guy needs to carry a gun.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so yeah, you can go in and just take a look.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Alright, so it resembles the fertilizer used in the orchards. Wow. Don't forget to change your side quests so you get the proper markers if you ever lost. So yeah, it's there's a lot of things going on with this DLC. And the writing is superb. Okay, so if you look here, it's blue watercoloring, chlorinisol, and hydrogenated. I can't read it. Defoamer, whatever. All right. So if you look, these are the notes and tells you the colors. It's basically blue, red, and orange. It spells out bro. And then you just switch these. It's blue, orange, and it should be red, I think. Yeah, that looks good. And we have pool cleaner now. So the puzzle is that these can only switch between some of the colors, not all of them. So you have to rotate until you can get blue, red, and orange together. Alright. I think was there an item here? Yeah, I can collect some stuff here. You gotta be a loot goblin, take everything that you see. Anything that's not nailed down, I'm taking. It's your fault. It's funny how, like, when playing these kind of video games, you turn into a full-on klepto and just steal everything, you know? Because there's, like, no punishment for stealing. Oh, well, unless the game tells you that you're stealing and it's red, kind of like in Skyrim and all these other games. But if it doesn't count as stealing, you just take everything because it's to your benefit, you know? So it's kind of funny. Alright, put the pool cleaner in here. Oh shoot, I forgot. I did it again. You're supposed to go on the balcony and meet with the mysterious rider. I'm gonna do that when I'm playing on my own time, but...
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. My boss asked. You never met me.
Alright. You can persuade him to give you more. It gives you a pack of cigs. Alright.
We're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
I like how they're like, we're in a lockdown. I'm just going wherever I want. I think there's a part where you're fighting someone here. Let's pay a little bit more and then we'll call it after this. I forgot, are those enemies? I don't remember. I'll just shoot it. Oh, nice job, guys.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's corporation. His rank would have been that of jawbreaker or higher. This security guard has experienced premature expiration. Evidence strongly suggests a conflict with marauders.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to not... I'm gonna try to not loot everything and search every nook and cranny. I like how there's advertisements here. Rizzo's new purple berry crunch, now with more of that purple trademark flavor you love. Okay.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
It's like beep beep beep. Where? Beep beep beep.
This card also expired prematurely following a violent encounter with marauders. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Just some gun. I thought it was in here. Where would it be? Okay, how do I get up there? Beep beep beep. Do I have to do like a jump puzzle? Feels a little floaty.
This card also expired prematurely following a violent encounter with marauders.
I'll take this though. Thank you for your items. Okay. Oh, wait, where's it? We're supposed to go that way? Really? There we go. Yeah. I was like, what happened there? Or I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go in this direction. The game looks gorgeous. Although to be fair, I am playing on my newer PC with everything on pretty high, so...
Whoa! It's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer! Thank you for giving my humble existence value.
You, doing alright?
Yeah.
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice. Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. I don't know why. The name just appeared in my head when this thing showed up on my neck.
Ugh.
Don't you dare! Or I'll cut something off you! Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I just felt this urge to protect my little passenger, even if it means hurting you.
Back away slowly.
I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up while working in the orchards. Sometimes I wonder how it showed up, and I start to worry. But worrying feels bad, and I hate feeling bad. So I don't worry about it. Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling happier and happier. I really can't imagine life without my little passenger.
Oh god. Back away slowly. Burn it with fire.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations. And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Not the coffee maker.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this fella. I think it's mightily more likely that he's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
Calm down, fellas.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you? Yeah, I saw her. Tried to flag her down for an autograph, but to no avail. Ran right by me. No idea where she was heading. Seemed like she had a lot on her mind. Yeah, just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the Orchard subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's was short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean. Thank the law, some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen an orchard before.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Another dead person. Jeez. I hear it somewhere. Oh, there's one over there. I think there's one closer. Where is it? Be cool if you get a little passenger of your own, you know what I mean? Just a souvenir for your visit to the orchards.
These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error, and they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
You find anything? That's real good work, Captain. You think the killer was chasing Ms. Helen through the orchards?
No way, she left her purple berry behind.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Incoming!
Hey, hello, friend. Okay, well.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
It was right here. Okay.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Goes to here.
Please visit the Purpleberry Nut Hut to purchase an audio tour today.
Kidding me?
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging.
Congratulations, Inspector. Alright, screw that. Footprints. Why are there a lot of dead people near the footprints? It's pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Exterminator Automech.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Get ready!
I wanted to shoot my gun.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Here they come.
Timeline discrepancy
A picnic. R&R and DD Labs. A tossball stick.
Bits of wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product. The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie.
Birdie.
Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together, instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Something went wrong here. I really hope it wasn't the food.
Although I will take the food though. Can't waste food, right? The plot thickens. Okay, I gotta stop from picking everything up. I'm sorry. Just can't help it, you know? Okay, we'll enter the lab and call it there.
Miss Helen was at this lab.
I just wanted to make you smile. I just want to be your friend.
Parasite jelly, free food. Yeah, that don't look good. That don't look good. Does not look appetizing. What is going on here? But we missed a lot of side quests. You know, so
I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
there's a lobby and to the left.
How in the aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will. You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress, Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day.
Whoa.
Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Mr. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry.
You don't say.
That's why I've barricaded myself in the lab. Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. Ah, I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them. Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
Mind controlling slugs.
So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files. But will you understand the data once you've acquired it? Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed.
What do you mean a product?
The potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding.
Mind controlling slugs.
Now, was there anything else? just burn my lab and my entire future to the ground over one experiment that's gotten rather out of hand? No, I think not. We merely need to clean up the mess, so to speak. Reset the lab back to functional parameters.
Clean up? They were human beings. Don't you care about them at all?
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable.
Oh, Parvati kind of sounds like Pan Am a little bit. I don't know if they're the same person, but...
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Better than cold-blooded murder.
The door to the
You
lower
sure?
labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Descending into a pit infested with mind-controlling slugs.
Awful. I wonder if this poor fella had a family.
Terminal. It's down, right? Hilarious. An employee on the slurry stirring shift leaned a little too far over a chemical vat, dropping a single purple berry that had been hidden in his jacket pocket. Instead of being immediately fired for his hazardous incompetence, that employee was given an ultimatum by his supervisor: retrieve the fallen fruit and stay employed. The employee jumped into the vat and swam for the purple berry and accidentally swallowed it. The rest is history. After he was pulled from the toxic waters, the stirrer stated that the chemical-coated purple berry hadn't been half bad before falling into a toxic coma, giving his supervisor the idea to sterilize and adjust the chemical mixture for human consumption. Soon, these sour, sweet-coated purple berries were more or less edible, becoming Rizzo's first mass-marketed product, the Purple Berry Bunch. Incredible. Incredible. I do kind of want to kill, not kill them, knock him out with the gas, so we'll try that hard. Can we sneak? How do we get over there? Whatever, we'll just hit him with the hammer. It's hammer time! It's hammer time, fella! It's hammer time, boys! Unfortunate. Well, that's too bad, buddy.
Well, color me.
That's not right. I just wanted to make
How to be a janitor. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. Fair enough. Okay. Where am I supposed to go now? Back up already? Well, I killed him already, so what's the point of that, you know? Okay, Yeah, I hate rushing through, but it takes so long to go through everything methodically. I really don't like rushing though. Okay, I forgot where the elevator was. Where did I come from? Is it here? I don't even remember.
Rizzo's could have helped a lot of people with all the bits they poured into this place.
Of course not. You think they're in it for the people?
Just who in the... Oh my law. It's you. Wait. What do you think you are?
The hell was that?
Well, shit. This case just got a bit more interesting.
Dun dun dun.
Timeline discrepancy. Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
Blood loss is minimal. Interesting. Small, thin puncture marks, no larger than a needle in diameter.
Anyone else think there should be more bullet holes here?
What an awful place to die. What do you think happened to her?
Helen had a needler, didn't she? Her murderer could have stolen it.
You don't say.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Try to scan it, but I can't.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar...
Oops. I want that. Oh, Halcyon Helen's lab tour. Miss Bellamy has requested a tour. Really? Spectrum black hidden in... Deleted file. Parasite findings, okay. I mean, don't you think there's a problem with maybe infecting people with parasitic slugs?
The monster kills all these people over a data cartridge.
Jeez Louise. I think it's time to call it there. The mystery deepens. What is going on? Started out as a simple murder, and now...
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time.
Great.
Releasing the mosquitoes for pollinization.
Oh no.
What is that sound? And why am I sure we're about to find out?
A roller coaster of emotions here. One thing after the next. Hammer time! Man. Yeah, this is great though. This is... I'm gonna call it quits here. But yeah, hopefully it gave you guys an idea what the DLC is like. It's pretty fun. I really love the writing though. The writing is the one thing that makes this game stand out for me. It's still a little bit janky, like all Obsidian games, but this one seems to be more polished. Anyways, this is the Outer Worlds. Murder on Eridanos, sorry. Try standing still. Thank you. Developed by Obsidian, published by Private Division, out now for PS4, Xbox One, and the PC. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits. Thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there. And I'll catch you guys next time. Don't let the mosquitoes bite.